It all started when I moved into what I thought would be my dream neighborhood. Quiet, clean streets, friendly-looking houses, and a nice little lake behind my property. It looked peaceful, perfect for my semi-retirement. I bought the last available house on the cul-de-sac, a corner lot with extra yard space. I didn't know it back then, but that extra space would spark a war. A few days after moving in, I was greeted by a woman named Trisha. She was around 50, wore pastel cardigans like armor, and introduced herself as the HOA president. She handed me a printed welcome packet and then immediately started listing everything that was not up to code on my property. She pointed out that my fence was 2 inches too high, that my mailbox wasn't HOA approved, and even said the gravel on my driveway wasn't the right shade of beige. I thought she was joking. She wasn't. And that was just day one. I tried to be polite. I adjusted a few things. But soon I realized Trisha and the HOA weren't just annoying. They were on a mission to control every single inch of my life. One morning I got a violation notice for leaving my trash can out. At 6:15 a.m., trash pickup was at 6:30. They snapped a photo and emailed me before I even had my coffee. I shrugged it off. Then came the notices for my garden hose being visible from the street, for inappropriate wind chimes, and even one for parking my truck in my own driveway overnight. I wasn't causing trouble. I wasn't loud. I kept my yard clean and even waved to neighbors. But it became clear they just didn't like that I didn't bend over backward for their petty rules. So I decided to start documenting everything. Every time I received a notice, I took photos, videos, timestamps, everything. I started keeping a log of every interaction, every letter, and every so-called violation. Things escalated when I hosted a barbecue for some friends from out of town. We had music playing at a decent level, lawn chairs out back, and some good food on the grill. It was over by 9 p.m. The next morning, I found a handwritten note taped to my door. Your behavior is disruptive to the peace of our community. This is your final warning. Signed, Trisha. Final warning? For grilling? That's when I decided if they wanted a problem, I'd give them one, but legally. I started attending HOA meetings. At first, they tried to block me out, claiming I wasn't yet a full member due to some pending paperwork. But I brought my title deed and legal documents. They had no choice but to let me sit in. I learned that Trisha and a few of her loyalists basically ran the HOA like their personal fiefdom. They passed rules without proper votes, fined people arbitrarily, and ignored anyone who challenged them. Most of the neighbors were too afraid or too tired to fight back. So I got strategic. I started talking to those neighbors, one by one. I shared my logs, my photos, and videos. Many of them had stories too. One woman had been fined for parking improper.